We're back out here at the Big Lake once again, and today we're tackling that age-old question. Which is better, power fishing or finesse fishing? Stick around, you don't want to miss this one. Got him. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Come on, you. Oh. All right, ooh, that is a big boy. Look at that. That's another nice bass. And here is this video's featured comment. Congratulations! If you would like to have a chance to have your comment featured in an upcoming video, all you've got to do is leave a comment. And now, on with the video. Welcome back to Lowbrow Fishing. And for as long as I can remember, there have always been two distinct camps of bass anglers. Power anglers and finesse fishermen. And they don't ever cross, do they? There's always that wide, hard edge in between them. Power fishermen like to burn their crankbaits. They like to cover water. Finesse fishermen, they're beating the bank. They're throwing wacky rigs. They're throwing jigs. They're throwing Texas rigs, and they're fishing slow. If you ask a power fisherman to drag a Texas rig worm, they will look at you like you're crazy. And if you ask a finesse fisherman to burn a crank, he's going to tell you they don't like fishing that way because they're going to miss fish. So which one's the best? Power fishing, finesse fishing. There's got to be an answer, right? One of them has got to be a better way to fish. Well, the surprising answer is, well, there's a lot more overlap than you might think. And I get it. That sounds like a cop-out, but it really isn't. And I came to that realization today when I was thinking about things here out on the Big Lake. See, today was kind of a crazy day. It's the weekend before Memorial Day, so we've got a lot of boat traffic out here. It's windy, it's sunny, we've got a lot of pressure, and that water is churned up. It's super, super stained. So what do you do with those conditions, right? I mean, do you throw finesse? Do you power fish? Which is the right answer? So I went to work the same way I always do. I started with a jerkbait. This is a Berkeley Stunner, which is what I ended up having tied on, but I started out with a Chrome H2O Express and caught some nice fish using that bait. Make them 200 feet casts, which will get your arm good and wore out. There we go. Wow, that's big. That's big. That's a good one. Oh my goodness. Stay down. Stay down. It is a nice one. Boy, he's got his mouth open. That's a good one. I got him by one hook. That is a huge bass right there, honey. Oh yeah. Whoa, I said I wanted that 5-pound bass. I got that 5-pound bass.
Yeah, that's a big one.
That is a big bass right there. Beautiful fish. That fish is 2 feet long. Look at that. That fish is 2 feet long and skinny, skinny, skinny. There you go, buddy. We sure do appreciate it. And there it went, back down to the depths. All right. So, because of how fast I work these very, very quickly, I would say that I'm power fishing. That's what I would call power fishing because I'm covering water and I'm working fast. And again, I caught nice fish doing that. My wife, she was doing the same thing and she was catching nice fish. We let the wind blow us along. It was moving at a pretty good clip, 10 to 15 miles an hour. So we just let the wind blow us along and we fished and covered water. And we ended up catching some nice fish doing that. But as that day slowed down, that bite slowed down, we switched over to finesse fishing. Waco rigs and this guy right here. You guys know how much I like a soft plastic jerkbait. And this is what I turned to when that bite started to get really tough. So how did it work out? Well, I ended up catching another nice fish out of the slop on this thing. It's a hydrolabite. That's a bite. Ooh, that's a good one. Come on, don't you, no, don't you do it, don't you do it. Don't you do it. That's a good one. Don't you do it. That's a good one. This one's coming home. This one's coming to me.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. As soon as it hit the water.
Yeah.
Yep, on the old weightless cream soft plastic jerkbait. Boy, he's had some bad days. Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
He's got a flipper piece missing. Pound and a half, nice little bass, maybe pound and 3/4. Gorgeous, pretty bass. Thank you so much, little dude. Appreciate that. Right. That's another one. So when we use those two schools of thought together, rather than view them as adversarial, we end up having more productive days. I know there's a lot of guys out there who are power fishermen who will not touch a wacky rig. And I have to say, that's a shame, because when you're doing that, you're leaving fish catches at the lake, especially when that crankbait bite dies off. And the same thing goes for you finesse fishermen, right? Those of us who beat the bank. I mean, you guys know I'm just an old jig fisherman, so I consider myself a finesse fisherman first. But I have learned to become comfortable with crankbaits and spinnerbaits and chatterbaits. And, you know, what do we even consider strictly finesse fishing or strictly power fishing? Is a chatterbait power fishing? What if I'm slow rolling a spinnerbait? Is that also power fishing? Do you consider working a jerkbait the way that I do, regardless of how fast or slow? Is that power fishing, or do you consider that finesse fishing? What about something like a topwater spook? Is that power fishing, or is that finesse fishing? There's so much gray area that in the end, it does not matter. Some of the tools are faster, some of the tools are slower. The best thing that we can do as anglers, the very best thing that we can do as anglers, is learn to take advantage of the tools that we have. Now, as far as a pro angler, you ask any pro angler and they will tell you they're going to do whatever they need to do to catch those fish and put meat on the table, to cash those checks, to win what they can, because that's their livelihood. They can't afford to just say, oh, I'm a power fisherman, or I'm, just a finesse fisherman. Now, there's things that we all focus on, and there's things that we all are not really strong with. That's part of the game because of how much there is in the bass fishing world. But devoting to just fast or just slow, that seems to be taking away from the overall picture. Now, again, I've said it before, if you're going out to the lake and you're only looking to have fun, you're just going to throw what you throw. You want to go out there and, maybe have you a few cold ones and enjoy the day, or just pass the time and relax outdoors. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you're like I am and you take bass fishing pretty seriously, and to you it's a sport, the thrill of the hunt, right? The thrill of the hunt is what matters. So that's what you're after. Well, it's in your best interest as bass anglers to choose to use fast when needed and use slow when needed. Otherwise, like I said, you're leaving good fish catches back there in the lake. And at the end of the day, well, every time I leave a bass in the lake that I should have caught, I'm kind of kicking myself. I do everything that I can to avoid that feeling. And I bet you have the same feelings that I do. So there you have it. Power fishing, finesse fishing. Two sides of the same coin. They're only tools that we as anglers have in our arsenal in order to catch more bass. And it needs to be viewed in that light. When you do it like that, then every time you're going out to the water, you're maximizing your opportunities, which is what we talk about on this channel, and you're putting more fish in the boat. Thanks for watching Lowbrow Fishing. We'll catch you in the next one.